Hey everyone, welcome to my Android Compose tutorial. Today I will show you how to develop a cool custom card carousel with Compose. We'll add snap effect to it. This is a quick tutorial, so the basic knowledge in Android Compose you should be able to follow along. Let's get started. Let's get started by creating a new empty Compose project. This project is using a new version catalog in the Gradle system. If you wanted to know more about new Gradle version catalog, please comment below. I will be happy to share a new video on that. Now we are starting the actual development of Carousel. We will delete all the default codes and create a composable function, home screen. We are planning to add the UI as one text at the top and pager at the bottom. We are adding a column component with a horizontal alignment for centering its content. Next we will add a text component inside the column to display the card carousel text at the top. I'm giving a padding of 20 dp and primary color for the text. Also the size I'm giving is 40 sp. Now for scrolling cards I have to make a decision to develop my own carousel, utilizing the horizontal pager, which is a Compose component that allows for horizontal item scrolling and page transformation. So let's add horizontal pager. Horizontal page accepts pagerState as the parameter, so we have to create a pagerState first, with initial page and size of the pages. For size of the pages we have to create an array of images first, which will display it in the card. I'm just copying random URLs from Google for that. Now we can give the size of the images array to the pagerState. Since it's an experimental API, we have to add an annotations to the composable function. Now we have added the horizontal pager, we have to add the contents of the card. So I'm creating another composable function for that called card content. I might have to pass the index of the page and the pagerState to the new composable function. Since pagerState is an experimental API, we have to add annotations to the new function as well. Now coming to the card content function, we first add a card component for displaying individual cards. We'll add a rounded shape to the card first with 10 dp. Then we'll add a small padding of 2 dp. Finally we have to add an AsyncImage component from Coil library to display images from URLs. AsyncImage component accepts a modifier parameter first. Then next we have to define a model parameter with image request builder and the image data which we need to pass to load it. Then we'll add crossfade effect equals true and scale for AsyncImage to fill. After adding the build, we can give content description for the image. Next we need to give the scale type of the image. I'm giving as crop. Now if you look at the preview, you can see the card is displayed below the text. Let's run and check how it looks on real device. Yo, looks good. But I feel something is missing. We need to add little spacing on each side. Also the adjacent cards are not showing. So let's add a content padding of 50 dp for the horizontal pager. Check in the preview, you can already see the changes. Now let's run and check again. Yay! It's look better now. Now we can see the adjacent cards, but need to adjust little more card spacing. So for adding the snap effect, we have graphics layer modifier used to apply transformations and effects to a composable element. So in the graphics layer, we can add LERP function. LERP function is used for linear interpolation, which helps smoothly transition between two values. This function computes a value between start and stop based on the fraction. I'm giving start value as 0.85 and stop value as 1, next we need to give the fraction value. The fraction is a value between 0 and 1 that determines how far along the transition is from the start to the stop value. For fraction I'm planning to pass a page offset value from pager, which will return 0 to 1 values based on scrolling. I have added the pager offset formula in the description. Now I'm adding the page offset to fraction. I'm using the absolute value of page offset and using coercion function for constraining a value within a specified range. Also need to add the scale x and scale y with the linear interpolator scale value to scale the distance of the card views. Now let's try running it. Looks good. You can see the adjacent cards are scaled down and the center card is highlighting more. For more highlight, I'm gonna add little transparency for the adjacent cards. Let's try that. Adding alpha in the graphics layer with same LERP function. I'm using start value as 0.5 and stop value as 1, and fraction also based on page offset. But here alpha will accept only float values, but LERP function returning DP. Just add dot value and it will be solved. Now let's run and check. Everything looks perfect. Thanks for watching this tutorial. I will see you in the next one. Until then, good luck.